Okay, quick question. What did you do yesterday? Go on, answer in your head right now. Did you say it in English? Or did you freeze for just a second?
Be honest, because yesterday is one of the most talked about topics in the entire English language. Every single day, someone asks you, how was your day? What did you get up to? Did you do anything fun?
And today, we are making sure you never freeze on that question again. We are going to make talking about yesterday feel easy, fun, even a little bit exciting.
And here is a little secret. By the end of this episode, you are going to know exactly how to turn a boring yesterday into a great little story, even if yesterday was just woke up, worked, slept.
Yes, even that boring yesterday. Stay with us, because near the end, we are going to play a game, a really fun one, and it is the part that helps everything click into place.
Welcome to English Flow Podcast. I'm William.
And I'm Sarah. I am so excited about this episode. Honestly, talking about the past is one of my favorite topics because it is just so useful. Every day, all day.
Subscribe to English Flow Podcast right now if you haven't already. And get ready, because by the end of this, yesterday is going to be your favorite word.
Let us go. Part 1. And we have to start with the star of the show, the word yesterday itself.
Such a small word, but such a powerful one.
Yesterday means the day before today. Simple. But here is the exciting part. Yesterday is also a signal word. The moment you hear yesterday, your brain should immediately think past simple tense.
Past simple, our favorite tense for telling stories.
And the formula is so easy. For regular verbs, you just add ed. Walk becomes walked. Work becomes worked. Watch becomes watched.
And of course, English loves to be a little tricky, so we also have irregular verbs. Go becomes went. Eat becomes ate. See becomes saw. Have becomes had.
But do not worry. We are going to use lots of these today, and the more you hear them, the more naturally they will stick.
Let us start simple. Sarah, what time did you wake up yesterday?
I woke up at 7. Woke, past tense of wake. I woke up, had a shower, and made some coffee.
I love that. 3 past tense verbs in one sentence. Woke, had, made.
And William, what about you? What did you do yesterday morning?
I got up a little late, actually. I got up around 8. Then I went for a quick run before breakfast.
Got and went. Both irregular. Both perfect past simple. See how natural that sounds?
It really does, and that is the whole secret. Yesterday opens the door, and past simple verbs walk right through it.
Part 2. Now let us build a full little story, starting with the morning, because mornings are where every yesterday's story begins.
And mornings are so relatable. Everyone has a morning story.
Let me give you some useful sentence starters. First thing yesterday morning, as soon as I woke up, before breakfast, after I got dressed.
These little phrases are wonderful because they help you organize your story. They show the order of events.
First thing yesterday morning, I checked my phone. Then I made breakfast. After that, I got dressed and left for work.
I love how that flows. First thing, then, after that. 3 sequence words, and suddenly your story sounds like a real story.
And here's something fun. You can add little details that make it feel alive. Not just, I had breakfast, but I had a quick breakfast because I was running a bit late.
Because I was running a bit late, that little extra detail makes it so much more human, so much more real.
Exactly. William, tell me a little story about yesterday morning. Use those sequence words.
Okay, first thing yesterday morning, I went for my run. It was a bit chilly, so I wore a jacket. After that, I came home, had a shower, and made a big breakfast because I was really hungry.
That was wonderful. Went, wore, came, had, made. 5 past tense verbs, and it sounded like a real natural story.
It felt natural too. Once you have the sequence words, the story almost tells itself.
Sequence words plus past simple verbs equals a great little story. Remember that combination. Part 3. Now let us move into the afternoon and evening, because this is where the most interesting things usually happen.
This is the exciting part of the day.
More sequence words for you. In the afternoon, later that day, after work, in the evening, before I went to bed.
These phrases are like little signposts. They guide the listener through your day.
In the afternoon, I had a meeting with a colleague. Later that day, I went to the supermarket. And in the evening, I cooked dinner and watched a film.
Had, went, cooked, watched. Look at all those past simple verbs working together.
And here is a really fun trick. You can talk about two things happening at the same time using while plus past continuous.
Ooh, tell us more.
So instead of just, I cooked dinner and watched a film, you could say, while I was cooking dinner, I was also watching a film. It paints a picture. You can almost see it happening.
I love that. It feels like a movie scene. While I was cooking, I was watching.
Now, William, your turn. Tell me about your afternoon and evening yesterday. Try to use one of those time phrases and maybe even a while sentence if you can.
Okay, let me think. In the afternoon, I worked on some emails. Later, I met a friend for coffee and we talked for almost 2 hours. And in the evening, while I was making dinner, I was listening to a podcast. Actually, this podcast.
No way! While you were cooking, you were listening to us?
Every word.
That is the best example ever. Worked, met, talked, was making, was listening. Past simple and past continuous all in one little story. Beautifully done.
See, it really is not hard once you get going. The story just flows.
Part 4. And now, something that makes any story even more interesting. Feelings. How did yesterday actually feel?
Oh, I love this part. Adding feelings turns a list of events into a real story.
And the structure is so simple. I felt plus an adjective. I felt tired. I felt happy. I felt a bit stressed.
And we can also say things like, it was a great day. It was a really busy day. It was such a relaxing evening.
Let me give you a quick example. Yesterday was such a productive day. I felt really focused in the morning, and by the evening, I felt proud of everything I had done.
Was, felt, had done. Even a little past perfect snuck in there. By the evening, I felt proud of everything I had done. That had done shows it happened before the feeling. So smooth.
And feelings make your story memorable. Compare, I went to work, I had lunch, I went home, with, I went to work feeling a bit nervous, had a lovely lunch with a friend that completely changed my mood, and went home feeling so much lighter.
The second one tells a whole emotional journey, from nervous to lighter. That is a story people actually want to hear.
William, how did yesterday feel for you overall? 1 or 2 feeling words.
Honestly, I felt really energized yesterday, maybe because of that run in the morning. And by the evening, I felt relaxed and happy.
Energized, relaxed, happy. What a lovely yesterday.
It really was. And now I can say so in English easily.
Part 5. And here it is, the game we promised at the beginning. This is going to be so much fun.
I am ready. What is the game?
Here is how it works. I am going to give you a random word, just one word, and you have to use it inside a sentence about yesterday. Past simple. Quick as you can.
Oh, this sounds fun and a little scary.
Do not worry. There are no wrong answers, only great practice. Ready?
Ready.
First word. Coffee.
Yesterday morning, I drank 2 cups of coffee before I even left the house.
Perfect. Drank. Past simple. Next word. Phone.
My phone rang while I was having lunch, and it was an old friend I hadn't heard from in ages.
Rang, was having, had not heard. 3 different past forms. Amazing. Next word. Rain.
It started to rain just as I left the office, so I got completely soaked walking to the bus stop.
Oh no. Started, left, got soaked. What a dramatic ending to the day.
It really was dramatic, in a very small way. That was so much fun, and I didn't even think about grammar. The sentences just came out.
That is exactly the goal. When you practice like this, past simple stops being a rule in a book. It becomes the natural way you talk about your life.
And everyone listening, try this at home. Pick a random object near you and make a sentence about yesterday using that word. It's such a fun little exercise.
Okay, let us do a super quick review before we wrap up. William, what is the magic signal word for today's topic?
Yesterday, and it tells our brain past simple time.
And what are some useful sequence words to organize our story?
First thing in the morning, after that, later that day, in the evening, before I went to bed.
And how do we add feelings to make our story come alive?
I felt plus an adjective. I felt tired. I felt happy. I felt proud.
Perfect. And finally, what is the best way to practice all of this?
Play the game. Pick a random word and build a sentence about yesterday.
You really do understand everything today. And now, your challenge. And honestly, this is one of our favorite challenges ever.
Tell us about your yesterday in the comments below. Use at least 3 past simple verbs. And if you can, add 1 feeling word too.
It does not need to be exciting. It does not need to be perfect. Just real, just yours.
We genuinely cannot wait to read them. Every single comment makes our day a little brighter.
And remember, every time you talk about yesterday in English, you are practicing one of the most useful skills in the whole language. Because every single day, there is a new yesterday to talk about.
That is so true. We will never run out of yesterdays.
Please subscribe to English Flow Podcast, give this episode a like, and share it with someone who loves telling stories, even small everyday ones.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. It really means so much.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm William.
Keep talking about yesterday. Keep flowing. Keep growing.